Hi. So far I have installed the first domain controller in my forest, but having one domain controller in the forest may expose it to a single point of failure. So whenever server 1 is down, I don't have a domain controller anymore, and my users will not be able to log on or process their daily activities. So it's always good to have a secondary domain controller which plays exactly the same roles that the first domain controller is doing. And whenever server 1 is down, don't worry, we have a backup domain. So in this video, I'll show you how you create a secondary domain controller in our existing forest. Note, I will not go through the same steps of installing Active Directory domain services because you can also see these steps in my previous video. Install your first Windows Server 2019 Active Directory. The first part is all about installing Active Directory domain services. It's too easy, it's just installing, so I'm not going through all the steps again. I'm just going through the steps of promoting your server after installing Active Directory domain service to a secondary domain controller. So let's get started. So now I am on server 2 and I am clicking promote this server to a domain controller. If you probably remember the last video, I selected add a new forest because I was willing to create the domain controller for a non-existing forest. So that choice was the right one because it allowed us to create a new forest. Now I'm adding a new domain controller to an existing domain. So that would be our right choice for this video. All what I to do is to enter the domain name because this wizard will need to search for the forest. And I also have to enter the enterprise user account, which is my administrator account we created previously in our domain controller creation. So that would be Megax administrator along with the password. Then click OK. Next. So by default, the new domain controller will provide the DNS service and the global catalog service. And it's a good idea to have both of them installed on the secondary domain or the backup domain controller because they are crucial in our environment. So all what I need is to set a password for the restore, for the directory service restore mode password. I don't need to create DNS delegation. Select the replication source type to be server1. This is my first domain controller. Next. And again, next. This is something we already seen in the first video. And checking the prerequisites now. After that, the installation will be started. The prerequisite check is done. Everything looks fine. Just hit install and wait until it's finished. After that, the server will be rebooted. So now my server started again and I'm logged in using my Megax administrator domain account. That looks good. Wait a couple seconds until the server start up. Go to Start menu and look for Active Directory site and services. In the console, you can expand the tree, and underneath the default site name, you can see the folder servers. And now you can notice server 1 and server 2 are both domain controller and they both hold global catalog on it. Thank you for watching.